Good day, ma'am. My name is Analou Cardinas from BSCHIM 3A. I'm going to report Tourism and Hospitality Management Education, Chapter 15. Learning objectives. A differentiate school abiding with laws from those that are not. Identify the requirements in the opening and operation of a tourism hospitality management program and tourism-related technical vocational programs. Identify the laws governing various issues in tourism and hospitality education. Topic outline, curriculum, school, laboratories, and other child requirements, student practicum or apprenticeship, accreditations and regulation of school tuition fees, sexual harassment in the academy, random drug testing for tertiary level students, tertiary education equivalency, foreign students. Curriculum, the law. The curriculum of the BS Tourism and BS Hotel and Restaurant Management programs of the different colleges and universities around the country should be compliant with CHAD Memorandum Order 31 Series of 2001. Explain that school offering tourism and hospitality courses must follow CHAD required curriculum. These rules make sure students learn the right skills and knowledge. There is also a system where students can get certificate each year, which help them find job early. In accordance with the pertinent provisions of Republic Act RA No. 7722, otherwise known as the Higher Education Act of 1954, the following minimum curricular requirements for the Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management (HM) Tourism are hereby adopted and promulgated by the Commission. The government also encourages all higher education institutions to institutionalize the ladderized interface between the technical vocational education and training and higher education, which enables students to earn certification at each year level of competency and enables them to secure gainful employment. Section 4 of CMO 27 Series of 2006 has identified 8 priority course programs for national implementation, and these include BS Tourism and BS Hotel and Restaurant Management and BS Travel Management. So the next is school laboratories and other CHAD requirements. The law. The grant of government recognition shall be based on full 100% compliance with the minimum requirements prescribed by CHAD in the offering of a particular programs of study, especially in terms of faculty, library, laboratory, and administration. Schools offering BS Hotel and Restaurant Management or Hospitality Management are required to have different kinds of laboratories. Kitchen laboratory for food preparations, mock-up guest rooms for housekeeping, front office for simulation, mock-up restaurants and bar for food and beverage service, and a computer laboratory for computer subjects. Good laboratories aims to hone the particular skills of the students. It explained that school must follow CHAD rules and provide full facilities be officially recognized. They need different labs like kitchen, max hotel rooms, and front desk areas to help students learn particular skills. These labs make learning more hands-on and realistic. The next is student practicum or apprenticeship. The law. In relation to CMO number 31 series of 2001, the minimum requirements for student practicum in BS Tourism and BS Hotel and Restaurant Management are 3 units. Discussion of the law. A. Qualification of requirements for the agencies parties involved. Higher education institutions, training partner, third-party training partner, student. Letter B. Obligations, responsibilities of the agencies, parties involved, higher education institution, training partner, third-party training partner, student, parent, guardian. Letter C. Operation of international practicum training program, implementation, monitoring and evaluation, duration of the training. The next is accreditation and regulation of schools. The law. Under the Higher Education Act of 1994, RA 7722, The Commissions on Higher Education (CHAD) promotes voluntary non-governmental accreditations as a means to enhance quality and excellence in higher education. CHAD encourages higher education institutions to go beyond minimum standards and supports accreditation system while safeguarding their voluntary and independent nature. According to CHAD Memorandum Order No. 6 Series of 1997, institutions with Level 3 accredited status are granted full autonomy while those with Level 2 accreditations receive partial deregulations including curricular autonomy. It explained that CHAD supports schools that go beyond the minimum requirements by offering accreditations. Schools with higher level accreditations have more freedom in their curriculum and fewer government restrictions. This helps improve education quality. The next is tuition fees, the law. The allowable increase in tuition and other fees in all levels should not be more than a prevailing national inflation rate. The prevailing national inflation rate shall refer to the average annual headline inflation rate at the national level of the immediately preceding year prior to the academic year for which the intended increase shall take effect. It explained that any increase in tuition must not be higher than the country's average inflation rate. This rule protects students from sudden big free increases. School must follow this before raising tuition. The next is sexual harassment in academia, the law. Under the Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995, RA 7877, sexual harassment in school or training environments occurs when someone in authority abuses their positions to demand sexual favors or creates a hostile and intimidating environment for students or trainees. This includes making sexual favors a condition for grades, honors, scholarships, or other benefits. School heads are legally required to prevent such act by creating clear procedures for addressing complaints involving student representatives, in drafting rules, and forming a committee and decorum and investigation. If schools head fail to act on reported incidents, they can be held liable for damages. So it explained that sexual harassments happen when someone in power demands sexual favors or creates a bad environment. School must have clear rules and committees to handle complaints. If they don't act, they can be punished by law. So the next is random drugs testing for tertiary level students. The law, in accordance with the pertinent provision of Republic Act No. 7722, otherwise known as the Higher Education Act of 1994, the pursuant to Section 36 of Article 3 of RA 9160, otherwise known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002. Random drug testing of students in public and private tertiary higher education institutions will be implemented beginning 2003. It explained that all colleges and universities must do random drug tests for students. This follows laws to help keep schools drug-free. It started in 2003 under the Dangerous Drug Act. The next is tertiary education equivalency, the law. CMO 21 Series of 1997 provides the policies and guidelines on the implementation of the expanded tertiary education equivalency and accreditation program pursuant for Executive Order 330. So it explained that people with work experience can earn a degree without going through the full course. This is done under the ETEAP program by CHAD. It gives credit for knowledge gained outside school. The next is foreign students, the law. There have been a number of CHAD memoranda issued in relation to processing foreign students in the Philippines. Same of 53 1997 Amendment to CHAD Memorandum Order CMO Number 2 Series of 1994 the implementing guidelines to the entry and stay of foreign student in the Philippines, and the establishment of an interagency committee for the purpose to conform with Executive Order number 423. On the 25th June 1997, amending Executive Order number 1888. Same 07 1996, submissions of names of designated liaisons officers for higher education institutions with foreign students. CMO 1S 1996, submissions of reports on foreign students with expired visas and derogatory records. CMO 15S 1995, general procedure in the processing of entry and stay of foreign students. CMO 2 1994, rules and regulations to implement EO number 188, guidelines on entry and stay of foreign student in the Philippines, and the establishment of an interagency committee for the purpose. So for the conclusion, understanding the laws in tourism and hospitality education is important to make sure schools follow quality standards and protect students' rights. These laws guide how schools should design programs, provide facilities, handle internships, manage tuitions, and treat students fairly. By following these rules, schools help students get a better education and prepare them for successful careers in tourism and hospitality industry. According to Tacitus, the more corrupt the state, the more numerous the laws. And that would be all. Thank you.